Hi friends, in this video we are headed from Niagara Falls to Newmarket, Ontario. And a big thank you to Pat and Claire McLean of Newmarket, Ontario for sponsoring this episode of Gene and Renee Travel Adventures. A little later in this episode we'll show you their Newmarket Airbnb and put a link to it in the description. Also in this episode we're going to be taking a tour of Newmarket. We'll also be talking with Ken and Vicki Sparks at the local business association, and we'll be eating at a local restaurant called Gabia. All that coming up in this episode. On our way to Newmarket, we stopped by this little lake. This little teeny lake here behind me. It's Lake Ontario, one of the Great Lakes. Let me show you a closer up view of what it looks like. And can you imagine a lake so big that I'm looking out there and I'm seeing shipping containers, big ships that have the containers on them, and freighters, and big ships out here on the lake. And I had been by the Great Lakes before and seen Lake Superior, which is awesome any way you look at it, but that was 43 years ago. And you just forget about how big they are, how majestic these Great Lakes are until you see them again. When you see whitecaps and you see waves coming in on the lake, that's pretty intense. About 20-25 minutes to Newmarket. And it's interesting to see, when we were kids, Exxon was called Esso, and somewhere along the line they changed their name to Exxon. Up here north of the border in Canada, they're still called Esso. I don't know if you saw the sign back there, but we saw those out on the freeway as well, where if you're speeding, and it sets a speed limit thing that if you go maximum over that at a certain level, when you see those cars go shoot by you real fast, if they catch them, you're pulled off. You get 30 days in jail or something. You get your license or suspended on the spot, and they take your vehicle. It is not impounded. It is seized. It's taken away from you at that point. We visited Newmarket in late October, so the weather had definitely begun to get a little chilly. I'm a warm weather kind of guy, as most of you know, at least for where I want to live, but I enjoy visiting cold climates as long as there's a fire in the fireplace and a hot cup of coffee available to me. Newmarket, it reminded us of quaint European cities that we visited. It reminded me a lot of a small town in Switzerland that we stopped at a few years ago. Many locally owned businesses where you can actually speak to and deal with the owner. That's nice. While there are the big box stores and all the chain restaurants that one could ever need in Newmarket, we chose to feature the historic downtown in this episode. Look at the local shops, the clean architecture. This is the kind of town where strangers are made to feel welcome, where people are kind to one another, where if they don't have it, you probably don't need it. There's plenty to see and do. Trails to hike, parks for the kids to play in, lots of outdoor spaces to enjoy. Newmarket is a really great place to visit, and I suspect that it's a great place to live and raise a family. We definitely would love to come back to Newmarket for a much longer visit. Somebody needs a car wash. Okay, since we're in Newmarket, let me jump you ahead a little bit and let's take a look at the Airbnb that we stayed in. We only spent one night at Pat's Airbnb, but we would love to spend longer. It's the best done basement apartment we've ever seen. It's a walkout basement, which means you only have a couple of steps at most. As you can see in the video, everything was well planned and done to the highest standard. Take a tour with me through this beautiful Airbnb. Their daughter Emily, a student in architectural animation, chose the colors. Thanks again to Pat and Claire McLean of Newmarket, Ontario for sponsoring this episode. Don't forget to check out the link to their Airbnb in the description section.
I'm always one step behind, wishing I could read your mind, but I'm ready, yeah, never ready. I wish I could have made it stop the first time that you stood me up. I wasn't ready, yeah, never ready. Like the forbidden fruit, I'm still craving for, I'm still wanting more, yeah. I know just what to do, but still I want all of you. Oh please, just give my heart a break. It's more than I can take. First you say you love me and you promise you the same, but I'm ready. No, never ready. Yeah, met you at a coffee shop, had me a hello, what I wasn't ready. No, never ready. Yeah, like the forbidden fruit, I'm still craving for. I'm still wanting more. Yeah, I know just what to do, but still I want all of you. Oh please, just give my heart a break. It's more than I can take. First you say you love me and you promise you will change, but suddenly you're gone, always on the run, playing with my feelings and you do it just for fun. Yeah, just for fun. Yeah. Are you ever sorry? Tell me what's your deal. Do you ever wonder how I really feel? Every time you turn your back, I wish I was done with that. Many times I try to start all over. Oh please, give my heart a break. It's more than I can take. First you say you love me and you promise you will change, but suddenly you're gone, always on the run, playing with my feelings and you do it just for fun. You do it just for fun.
While in Newmarket, we visited one of the local restaurants, Gabia. The food is excellent and the atmosphere inviting. Gabia actually opened for business during the COVID pandemic in 2021. Their name in Italian means the gate. And if you're looking for the gate to great food, you found it here. We ate the Capricciosa pizza, which has pizza sauce, mozzarella cheese, Italian-style ham, mushrooms, artichoke, arugula, goat cheese, and balsamic glaze. I love pizza, but only if it's an artisan pizza. This was definitely delicious. For dessert, we shared a chocolate brownie with vanilla ice cream and grated orange peel. The orange peel really accented the dessert. Scrumptious. When you visit Gabia, be sure to ask for Danielle. She's the manager. I guarantee you that she will see that you receive the best service and a delicious meal. Okay, we just ate dinner at Gabia. And Gabia means in Italian, the gate. Danielle was our waitress, but she's also the manager. And wonderful food. I mean, they have Italian, they have burgers, they have salads, they have pizza. We had pizza, and as you saw in the video, yum yum.
Very good.
We spent some time chatting with Ken and Vicki Sparks at Good Vibes on Main, and Angela, their manager. Theirs is the local business association. It's housed in their Life is Good store. In fact, there is only one other Life is Good store in Canada. We got to learn about some of the history and charm of Newmarket. All right, I'm here in the Life is Good store with Ken and Vicki Sparks. I say, the Life is Good store, it kind of dual purpose. It's also the downtown association. I think it's what, Good Vibes on Main?
Well, Good Vibes on Main is our business name, but we're a Life is Good store.
Okay. Newmarket is an old town. What's some of the history of Newmarket that you're aware of?
It was established in, I'll have to find the date, it's 1870s, I think. And it was called Newmarket because it was actually a market town. And it was the Newmarket, and it was a place for trading. And so people would come down from the north, they would do trading, and then they would take that down to Toronto and have it in their stores and their businesses that way.
All right, and at some point, it's kind of, I hope it's not an insult, but it's kind of evolved into like a bedroom community of Toronto.
It has a lot of those towns that are outside of Toronto do turn into what they call a bedroom community. But I feel like we're so much more. We're this little microcosm of Toronto. We've got great restaurants. We have decent nightlife. We have lots of great culture, lots of things to do. So it's really expanding in that way.
I notice there's a lake down at the end of the street.
Kind of a pond. They call it Fairy Lake. It actually was part of a portaging system. So when the hunters and traders would come down from the north, they would actually use the river system and to come into Newmarket. And there's a whole lot of history about the whole canal system as well. But yeah, now it's just it's a pretty little place to go and walk.
Now, population of Newmarket is what, about 90,000, I think?
Something, it feels like it's changing all the time. Yeah, just under 100,000.
Wow.
Yeah, is it? Oh, okay.
Now, there's the core area, the historical district that we're in now, but I'm guessing that that's not all that there is to it. That's just a historic district. But then if we're to go out further, your larger stores and your malls and stuff like that.
Yeah, exactly. So, and there's lots of different little residential communities as well around town. And yeah, so you've got Yonge Street and the mall, and that's where sort of your big box shopping is. This is where the unique shopping is on the historic street.
And everybody knows that watches our channel knows that I'm a firm believer in supporting the smaller stores and eating at the local restaurants. And You know, the heck with the big box stores. You know, take care of the mom and pops, because that's the heart of a city, of a town.
But we really do say that Main Street is the heart of Newmarket. And I don't know if you noticed on the building at the corner this way, there's a great big heart on the top on the building, because it's Main Street Newmarket, but it really is the heart of the town.
Pretty cool. Ken, what would you add to what she's already said?
I'm the talker.
Not much. Yeah, no, just our downtown's awesome. The town does a great job of events and all different things. Every Thursday night in the summer we have live music just behind Main Street where they have the stage, and I don't know if you went back there at all. Lots of great activities, and
Skating in the winter, splash pad in the summer, activities on the street, patios, live music on the street.
just a great community. Everyone supports each other. They look after each other.
And we're dog friendly as well.
Dog friendly, of course.
Absolutely, very important. Ginny gives it 2 paws up. But yeah, a lot of the businesses on Main Street are dog friendly. All the restaurants, you can take your dog onto the patio, which is good.
You know, that's important to us.
Absolutely, yeah.
We're going to look around in a couple of the stores. We're going to start here at the Life is Good store, and we're going to take you along with us on this journey and let you see some of what we're seeing as well. Thanks for watching Gene and Renee and Jenny Travel Adventures.
Are they all like
The Pharaoh, the Sherpas, so this one where it's got the extra fuzzies on the inside are 55 and the others are 50.
Okay.
So the other ones they're the same on both sides.
Yeah. Are they all just like?
Thanks again to Pat and Claire McLean of Newmarket, Ontario for sponsoring this episode. Don't forget to check out the link to their Airbnb in the description section. I promise you, you will not be disappointed. Also, Pat owns ComStructure, specializing in network communications, audiovisual, web-based CCTV cameras, and solar energy. If you are in the Toronto vicinity, you'll want to contact Pat. I'll put a link to his company's website and his phone number there in the comments. Thank you, Pat and Claire McLean, for sponsoring this episode of Gene and Renee Travel Adventures. We would love to have you join us on the journey.